Greetings everyone. Today we are going to talk about the procedure of analyzing a functional groups of organic compounds. First thing first, I have to tell you guys something. This lab is required extreme cautions, otherwise the chemical will harm you and your friends. Okay, let's start our topic. First experiment, hydrocarbons. Now, what we have to do is take 4 of clean test tube, arrange them, add 20 drops of water in first and second tubes, and add 20 drops of toluene in third and fourth tubes. Then add the cyclohexane in first and second tubes and cyclohexene in third and fourth tubes. The result is cyclohexane and cyclohexene are not dissolved in water. You can see some oily on surface, and for toluene they dissolve well. You cannot see any separate layer. We finished our solubility test. Now we have to test with potassium permanganate. Bring 2 test tubes and arrange them to be easy to remember. First tube, add 20 drops of cyclohexane, and second tube, add 20 drops of cyclohexene. Then add potassium permanganate 10 drops into both test tube. The result of this test would show violet solution from first tube, and the second tube would show dark brown precipitate. We're done with experiment 1. Let's head on for experiment 2. This experiment is about alcohol. We will test solubility reaction with potassium permanganate and the Lucas test. Okay, let's start. First, take 4 tubes, then add 20 drops of distilled water in first and second tubes. Then for the third and fourth tubes, we add toluene for 20 drops. Then add 2 drops of butanol into first and third tubes. Then add third butanol 2 drops into second and fourth tubes, which the result would be the same, that is, all of them are good dissolved. Then we have to test with potassium permanganate. Bring 2 test tube and add 10 drops of potassium permanganate into both tubes. Then add 1 drop of Kong H2SO4 into both tubes. And you add 10 drops of butanol and third butanol into each tubes. The result of butanol would be dark brown precipitate of manganese peroxide, and for the third butanol would be violet solution of potassium permanganate. Next is testing with Lucas solution. First, bring 2 test tubes and add Lucas reagent for 40 drops into each tubes. Then add 5 drops of alcohol, which to be tested into those tubes, and then check it. The result of N-butanol will be colorless solution, and for the third butanol will be some kind of cloudiness. Next will be experiment 3, aldehydes and ketones. Before we go further, listen carefully. This experiment we must proceed with extreme cautions. This experiment we have 2 small tests. First is test with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, or for short is 2,4-DNP. And second is testing with potassium permanganate. Okay, let's start. For first test, we take 2 tubes and add 60 drops of 2,4-DNP into both tubes. Then add 5 drops of acetone into first tube. Then add 5 drops of butyraldehyde into second tube. Then close those tubes immediately. Then you observe the changes, which the result is that both of them has produced yellow precipitate. Second test is reaction with potassium permanganate. So bring 2 tubes, then add 5 drops of acetone into first tube and add 5 drops of butyraldehyde into second tube. Then add 3 drops of potassium permanganate into each tubes. All done, and shake it. Thus the result for acetone is violet solution, and for butyraldehyde is dark brown precipitate. Okay, we have come to the last experiment, the carboxylic. This experiment we have 2 small tests, which is solubility and the reaction with sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrogen carbonate. Let's begin. First thing first, we take 3 tubes and add water for 40 drops each. Then add acetic, benzoic, and oxalic into those tubes. So if it's liquid, you drop it 3 times. And if it's solid, you scoop it not so much and pour it in the tube 3 times. Then the result is that both acetic and oxalic dissolve well in water, but slightly dissolve for the benzoic, which if you taste those tubes with litmus paper, it will turn red. Final test of fourth experiment is reaction with sodium hydroxide and sodium hydrogen carbonate. So bring 2 tubes. First add 60 drops of sodium hydroxide. Second add 60 drops of sodium hydrogen carbonate. Then estimate benzoic for approximately 10 milligrams and pour it into each tubes. Then rapidly close it with stopper, which the result for the sodium hydroxide is that they will all dissolve, and for the sodium hydrogen carbonate is that they will produce carbon dioxide gas. These are the procedure of experiment 10. This lab may or may not be your practical test. I hope you get well in this faculty. Godspeed.